Okay. So again, Prerit, very happy to have you here. I'm very interested to know your story. Your story is a very different story. Just to give a background to all the people who are listening, I'll tell you what I know. You can correct me if anything has to be added. You are a cricketer. You played national level cricket for a long time. You are also part of the IPL auction in 2022. Then you switched your trajectories, and now you are planning to do an MBA. You got an admit into IIM Kozhikode, correct? If you want to add anything more, that is good. You are free to. So one thing that I wanted to ask you, Prerit, is you have switched. You have played cricket for 15, 20 years of your life, right? That is a very integral part of your life. How much?
13 years, 13 years.
Yeah, I know. I thought, how can it be 30? So 13 years, but 13 years is a long time, right? It would be like part of your identity, if you have been doing something since your childhood. So why did you suddenly decide to switch careers? And also, why did you pick MBA? You could have done something else also, right? But so why did you switch from cricket, and why did you choose MBA?
So, firstly, cricket has been part of my identity, and I absolutely love the sports. Extremely satisfying and rewarding. But unfortunately, I was nursing few injuries from past few years, and apart from that, really started feeling the heat around the uncertainty and future prospects towards the end of my career. Interestingly, the professional cricketer leveraged me to start earning from a young age and to manage my personal finances and make wise money decisions. I delved deep into the world of finance. I started reading about finance. I watched YouTube videos, and when I had to make a switch, I knew it was MBA because that was pretty much my only strong point and interest going forward.
Okay. So is it the first time that you've taken CAT in 2024, or did you take CAT before?
No, no, it was my first job.
It was the first attempt. Okay, that's good, man. So, were you working anywhere when you were taking CAT, or were you pursuing preparation full time, or how exactly was your preparation journey?
Yeah, so when I started actually preparing for the examination, I was still a professional preparer. I was giving some bit of time and starting to understand how the pattern of the examination works. Later, when I decided to give MBA a full-fledged chance, I took a job in Nagpur and I continued with.
Okay, that's nice. Again, because I feel that somebody who was into sports, shifting seems like a big challenge, right? Because what I would feel is somebody who is pursuing sports full time might not be attending college full time. So, were you attending college full time, or were there like a lot of leaves? Because again, from that, getting into the mindset to prepare for an examination, that academic pursuit is a big shift, right? Mentally, did you feel it that way, or
I think I shouldn't say it on paper, but my events throughout my school, college, and graduation has been pretty much horrible to say the least. I wasn't there at any classes. It was mostly self study, and my friends and professors and school teachers, they all have been very supportive whenever I've reached out for various doubts because I couldn't attend the classes. So yeah, wasn't any close
yeah?
to
So
academics.
from there, cracking CAT or doing well in the examination requires a different sort of a mindset, right? You have to be like sitting, you have to be preparing, you have to be studying a lot. So how did you actually make that switch mentally, where from playing cricket, playing a sport which is very challenging, but sitting and preparing for an examination, because many people that I know would be like toiling at this examination for 2 3 years, getting into that zone and all, but you were able to do well in the first attempt itself. So I wanted to know what how did you take it mentally when you're preparing?
Yeah, firstly, I think it grace of God that I was able to put in this work. I knew I wanted to make a switch and I backed myself all in. I knew that I wanted to do something well in my life and MBA was an opportunity for it. So, yeah, and also I have been, but I wouldn't say that, but I have been academically good throughout. I have good scores at 10, 12th, and graduation. So, apart from my cricketing journey, whenever I used to get time, I used to dedicate it to learning new skills and learning things that would really help.
Okay, great. Can you tell me how much you scored in your 10th and 12th, just to set a like know better?
Yeah, yeah. So I scored a 91.2 in class 10th and 85.23 in class 12th.
Okay, 91.2 in 10th, and how much in 12th?
85.23.
Okay, so that's
86%.
fantastic. No, very good scores. And your graduation, you did a BBA, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and how much did you score in your BBA?
9.21 CGPA.
Okay, so you have
9.1.
done pretty well academically. So I think then I can picture it better. Because earlier I was just thinking that okay, some guy who was pursuing cricket full time, okay, doing everything in cricket, just having the mindset to actually prepare for an examination itself seemed like something which is very not often that happens. So that is good. So in 2024, when you took that call, okay, maybe say in April or May, when you thought, okay, now I want to do well in CAT, I want to do an MBA. Yeah, you're also working somewhere, right? You said you took up a job in Nagpur. Yeah. So how did you manage job and CAT at the same time, CAT preparation?
I think CAD examination itself is an aptitude examination, and an aptitude examination I think requires a lot of hard work, but it's more about understanding how the questions are framed or what is the game setting of an examination. So I used to my weekends were fully protected towards my studies. I actually cut down a lot of social life. I did cut down a lot of social media. I turned down apps, turned down notifications, and I should dedicate I diligently to my studies. I think basic and simple things work out for.
Yeah, okay, good. So you put most of your academic preparation on the weekends, right? That's what you're saying. And did you study during weekdays or not much?
No, I did study during this also. I used to read articles in the morning and in the evening I used to solve points or I used to pick up any one of DLR or points and solve 5 to 6 sets or 15, 20, 30 questions of any particular box.
Yeah, okay, good. So when you first started preparation, did you find any of the three sections difficult, or was there any strength that you felt, or any weakness, or you are how was it at the start?
Yeah, so when I started the preparation, I assumed that I'll do well at DLR apparently because that's the section that requires least preparation. I say it's very random, and once was to I was completely blown away. I was completely away from quant's topics. I left quant maths in class 10th, and after that I wasn't very well versed with any of the quant topics. So yes, all the three sections were pretty much difficult from me, but I started reading extensively. Once I solved as much as questions possible, I remember watching one of your sessions, and you said that every 100 question you solve, your odds of getting that one or two questions right in the exam increases. So I solved as many questions as possible.
Okay, very good, man. So leading up to the examination, did you do anything differently? When did you start taking mocks, or were you just solving questions, or
After I started my journey of preparing for the CAT, in the first week itself, I started taking the mock examinations. Because, as I said, that CAT is gamified version of examination. I feel, which is what I feel.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so I took 60 plus mocks throughout my journey. So yeah, 2 mocks or 3 mocks a week was something I do.
Okay, very good. So when you're taking so many mocks, did you feel that you are burning out before the examination, or you think it is okay to take so many mocks? You think that helped you, or
Yeah, initially when I was going overboard with the mocks, in the middle of my journey, I felt I was giving too many mocks and I was still getting overburned out of it. And a few mentors suggested me one prior to the examination that I should limit myself to a limited number of mocks. At max 2 mocks a day. And I think prior to that also my score started dipping because I was going too hard on the preparation. So I pulled the switch back and limited the number of months. But I think it depends on individuals because someone who hasn't practiced enough would require much more number of mocks versus somebody who has already has a really good base and really good foundation with the examination pattern.
okay, good. So going into the examination, like say 1 or 2 days before the examination, what was your target? Where were you actually thinking that you would score? Roughly, people before taking the examination, they have a sense of how much they can score. So what was it for you?
Actually, I was actually very anxious because I haven't given any competitive exam or any full blown exam from a very very long time. But yeah, I was looking at my mock scores and preparation. I was very confident that I likely score somewhere around 90%. The exam day was very a little nervous for me, but I remembered how I managed anxiety, stress, and a peak performance pressure during my cricketing journeys, and there have been plenty of instances for it. So I backed myself and I went.
Okay, good man. So do you really think cricketing journey helped you in handling pressure better? Because many people ask that, okay, how to handle exam pressure and all. So did it really help you?
Yeah, I did. I think the sport develops an mindset that an event is an everyday thing for us. Whenever we used to have a match, every match was important. Every state match or every national tournament, every match performance used to count. So that habit of having an important day every day, very frequently, really added to my mindset.
Okay, good. Very nice. That is what even I tell people. Like when people ask me, okay, how to handle pressure better, I tell them, okay, you have to take a lot of exams itself. Okay, taking mocks is good, but I tell them, okay, just take some examination. Okay, if there is an SBIPO notification out, just go and give that examination. If there is SSCCGL, go take that examination. If there is CAT, give CAT, ZAT, all exams. Just have that attitude of going there, taking an examination, and knowing how to handle that better, which I think is also similar. Okay, good man. So now, after immediately after the examination, the response sheet was out, so you would know that okay, I have done decently well. So you would get a sense. So when did you start preparing for the interviews?
After the response was out, there were a lot of assumptions and a lot of speculation around how easy the paper was, which I did felt looking at the past year's paper, which is also an important part of the preparation, solving as many past year's papers possible. And this was absolutely an easy examination. So I was really uncertain looking at the different WhatsApp and Telegram groups that people are saying that they are scoring this much, they are scoring that much. So yeah, I was anxious, but I knew that I would get at least some calls, though I really was wanted to make it to one of the top IIMs. Uh, so I had a 15, 30-day break before I started preparing for them.
Okay, good. So how were the interviews? Like I'm assuming most of the interviews would revolve around cricket, right? Or what was like? Can you tell me any interesting interview questions that people asked?
Among all the interviews, I feel apart from the tell me about yourself and why did you leave cricket, I think the no two interviewer asked me similar set of questions was repeated. Apart from this, I think Shillong interview was one interview that really threw me off. There was no TMAY, nothing, and I believe TMAY was my hook that I could put
Yes,
in an
yes.
interview. So when the interview began, they randomly jumped onto my graduation subjects, which of course I was not very well versed with. Of course, these subjects were not even from the finance or the domains I had prepared well in my limited time frame with whichever I could. Towards the end of the conversion, the budget was announced recently, and we had a conversation around budget and then how sports and other research projects have been happening in the budget.
Okay, very interesting. So, what are the converts that you have till now, and which college you are joining? I'm Kozhikode, right? But do you have other converts?
Yeah. So I have converts from I'm Kozhikode, I'm Mumbai, I'm Shillong, Udaipur, and other cap punches. They can apply to most of the other colleges. So I also have it from speaking bit test.
Okay, very nice, man. Very nice, very interesting story, very interesting journey. Also, I don't think I have ever met a actual professional sports person, serious professional sports person before, or at least had a long conversation. Like once I met Vishy Anand, but it was just like a handshake. So I'm actually feeling very nice knowing your journey. So can you tell me about the Kozhikode interview? How was it? Did
Yeah.
they was
So
it like a smooth interview or how was it?
Kozhikode interview was at an interesting location. It was at a place where I had my under 16 India camp back in 2017.
Okay.
And I had stayed there for over a month, and the hotel was rebranded to another name. So when I walked in, uh, they said, "Hey, how are you doing?" So I said that I am doing well. This seems a familiar place. I put in that book, and then when it's just about how the hotel has rebranded to another name and how I was has stayed here for over a month and around my journey of that period. Apart from that, they delved into my. They asked me about tell me about yourself. They asked me about my hobbies. They asked me about financial concepts. One hiccup happened around when they asked me about a financial concept for which I explained, but they were in complete denial. That no, you are
Okay.
wrong. This doesn't make sense. I persisted that no, this is. I feel this is correct. And after one or twice back and forth, I had to accept that okay, maybe I may be doing something wrong, and I'll surely read upon this. But when I looked back, and it was actually correct. So I think this is an
Okay.
important uh, uh, note for all the future aspirants that uh, the professors, the interviewers might test you on your confidence with respect to what you say. And if you're being objected or you're being rejected twice or thrice, it's also important that you stay humble and accept that okay, you'll read upon it, or you'll look more.
Okay, very nice. Before ending the interview, Prerit, I ask all the aspirants one thing. Okay, suppose you have to tell the future aspirants one good thing that you did. What would it be, which you want the future aspirants to do? And if there is one thing that you think you made a mistake on, which you don't want the future aspirants to do, what would that be?
So with respect to that, I think a lot of people they have in their mind that they want to do an MBA, but they don't really go all in. If you really have made up your mind that you really wanted to pursue an MBA and that to from a good college, I think going all in with the preparation is really important. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. You always have a chance 2 or 3 years down the line that you can switch or explore other opportunities. One thing that I did that I wouldn't suggest is that I skipped a lot of quants topics, though I scored really well in quants because almost solved all the arithmetic questions. But I really skipped the algebra part, and 30 to 32 minutes down the section, I had some 8 to 10 minutes left, and I had apparently no question to solve because I wasn't really well versed with those topics. So my score would have been much compared. I would have been much more open to moving out of my comfort zone with respect.
Mhm. Okay, very good. One last question is, how did Cracku help you? What were the things in Cracku that you liked? If there's one thing.
I think personally the daily targets part of the Cracku, I think it's one of the best resources out there. It really helps you stay disciplined. A lot of people I really like the discipline part of it. Just showing up every day in front of your screen and solving those daily targets, it's is a huge boost. I remember when I started the preparation, I had no clue, and I just started solving the daily targets with the video solution, and it was also really helpful. Apart from that, the mock tests with Cracku are of a little bit higher difficulty, but really helps you get a sense of the examination when the paper gets really tough and you aren't really thrown off guard. So yeah, these two things. That's about.
Okay. Thank you, Prerit. It was very nice talking to you. But I'm very happy that you made time to give an interview for us. Okay. Thanks a lot and all the best for your journey in Kozhikode.